What's good, Mr. Vance Painter here, back in another van. I should call this Vance in a van at this point. Point is, today we are back in action on Vance's Vehicles, talking about the top 10 cars that are selling right now in 2024. I just wanted to review these just in case anybody out there is shopping right now and they kind of wanted to know, hey, what's popular? What can I trust? What are people doing right now with their shopping experience so that you can get a little bit of a guide around what you might want to get, right? That's pretty fair. We're going to start off at number 10. I have the Chevy Equinox, small SUV, a very nice vehicle, spacious, does the job, doesn't have too many hassles and issues, can have some good tech and some specific packages. Very overall, just nice SUV. Not my entire favorite, but definitely on there as something that is affordable and that people can get. I definitely understand that. Number 9 is the Nissan Rogue. The newly designed Nissan Rogue, I give them a lot of credit with this car. It's beautiful, and not in the sense of like sports car or a luxury car beautiful, but the great designs, the way that they shape the lights, and just the features that you get even on like a base model. I give them a lot of credit for this. So I can understand why it's at number 9. Definitely a safe car. I know Nissan has had some troubles in the past with the higher mileage cars, but as a car that you get a lot of bang for your buck at the beginning of the car, I can definitely understand that. Number 8, I mean, this should be no surprise to anybody that this is even on the list, the Toyota Camry, right? Classic design, right? It's been updated several times and it just looks more and more beautiful as time goes on. I believe the next model up looks even more spectacular. So Toyota, I give you so much credit. I think it should be even higher on the list. Why are you not buying a Toyota Camry? Maybe just because you want an SUV, I might get that. But I mean, it's going to last forever. It's a Toyota, right? The tech is outstanding, low on maintenance. It's just an overall perfect vehicle, great on gas. And then you have the hybrid versions. I mean, the Camry. What can go wrong? There are still 1990 something Camrys rolling around on the road right now. Okay. Number 7 is the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Not a fan of that. I don't know why. I don't like that at number 7. I think there would be more Camrys on the road than Jeep Grand Cherokees, but whatever. Jeep Grand Cherokee, just in my opinion, I don't know. A great looking car, yeah, I will say, but just not something that I would say everyone is buying. I'm actually a little shocked. Again, it's an SUV, and a lot more people are going towards the SUV nowadays. But I know Stellantis is having some problems, and Jeep alone hasn't always been the most reputable brand. But the newer ones do have some great features, great design on the new Grand Cherokees right now. But overall, when I drove one, not really my favorite, especially with the SUVs that you have out, but it is lower on the list, and it's a little bit more expensive right now than I would like to spend on an SUV, but it's there out there for you. So, I mean, number 7. Number 6, the Hyundai Ionic. I believe Ionic 5 now, if I'm not mistaken. Good option here. Now, because we're on number 5, they have had some time to progress, make this a pretty cool car. I do give them credit with some of their advertising. Now, this is an electric vehicle, right? So it's a little bit different for some of you out there who are just not on that wagon yet. I get it, but it's a Hyundai, so you can trust it. It should last a long time. We haven't really proven it too much, but over time, we're continuing to develop and get better electric vehicles, and I think this is one that makes sense where it is. Beautiful interior, not my favorite exterior, but do love just the way that they're moving along with the time. So very, very cool car there. Number 5, ironically, is the Honda CR-V. Now that makes sense, and these are our top 5 now. So the top 5 most popular vehicles right now, we start off with the Honda CR-V. That's the number 5 most selling vehicle of 2024. That makes sense. Reliable. SUV. You can get it in a hybrid version. Great on gas. Beautiful amount of space. It's a safe car. What can't go wrong? They are a little bit more on the expensive side nowadays, more than they were in the past. that's due to inflation, some of the tech that's been going in, and then the popularity as well. I can understand why they said, hey, a lot of people are buying these. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of bang for your buck, and it's going to last you quite some time. And so you can get all of your money's value out of it. You don't need to trade it in. You can use it. You can pass it on to the next generation or to, sideways, whatever you want to say. But it can be used in your family for a long time. And I really like that car. Number 4, the Chevy Silverado. Okay, so number 4, Chevy Silverado on the list. I mean, here in Texas, it makes sense. I didn't know this was such a big thing all across the U.S. But trucks here, we sell so many, right? I mean, we'll probably get to it on the list, but if you're not driving a truck, it almost seems a little odd sometimes here in Texas, which is weird. But there's a lot of utility and construction and just business activity going on with these types of vehicles. You need the pickup. And then for some reason, it's a man-ish status to have a truck at some point in your life. And I feel like even man, woman, it does not matter. If you get a truck, you're either going to love it and possibly want another one, or it might not be for you whatsoever, and that's okay. But the Silverado has always been there time after time, continues to be one of the leading trucks, and it's just something that you're going to enjoy. They have continued to upgrade the technology. I do love the new screen in there, the big rectangle screen. They had that little tiny thing before, and I couldn't stand it, quite frankly. The outside was beautiful, great looking car. I grew up on GM, but that interior screen was terrible. They finally got it under control, and I think it deserves to be where it is. Very cool truck there. Number 3 is going to be the Toyota RAV4. I mean, CRV Toyota RAV4. It's like a toss-up. They're the biggest competitors. If you're not buying the CRV, you're probably going to go buy that RAV4, if that's what you're in the market for. It's going to be one or the other. And the fact that it's not number 1 on this list is actually kind of crazy to me. Again, SUV, hybrid version available, crazy amount of tech. You even have off-road versions available, which is probably why I think it's a little bit higher than the CRV. I think they do have their own little off-road version, but the Toyota is going to be the more reliable one, the more sought-after one, the more pedigree behind it, right? You're going to know that TRD a little bit more than you might know whatever Honda calls theirs. I think it's kind of like a copycat version. But that Toyota, wow, what a great car. Again, generation after generation after generation, still on the road, just like the Camry. You can find those anywhere, and it still has to be one of the top-selling cars, so not shocked at all. Great car, have to say, if you want one, go get it. It's a great option for you. Number 2 is the F-150. Now, I'm a little biased, and this is not my list. This is based on KBB and some other sources as well. Kelly Blue Book, if you didn't know what that is. And the F-150, to me, one of the greatest trucks, right? I mean, if you just wanted a truck, I think the F-150 really brings it in. Not really the big Ram guy, and Toyota is kind of on the weird side right now. In the past, I would have said Toyota is probably my favorite truck, but the F-150, F-250, those are my trucks. And the F-150 is number 2 top selling vehicle. It's always been the number 1 selling truck. It continues to be the number 1 selling truck, and I don't see that changing anytime in the future. Screen and technology is on point. The feeling of the engine that they have put in there, absolutely gorgeous. I think you can still even get a Coyote engine, which is absolutely fantastic, especially if you want a little exhaust note on there. And you don't have many options for V8 anymore, which is kind of crazy that you can still get one. And then if you want to get the EcoBoost, that turbo has no lag, in my opinion. It is kind of cool. And if you're kind of like me and you want to put a little tune on something, that is freaking awesome. F-150, definitely highly recommended. Love the panel roof. Still roll down the back window. Not like a Toyota where the whole thing goes down, but I'm just saying, great amount of space. It feels big inside. It just feels good on the road. It's nice suspension, and it overall just drives well, reacts well, and it will be something that's there for you in your time of need, right? That is why they sell, and that's why they continue to sell. Ford customers are like Toyota customers. When they buy a Ford and they buy an F-150 especially, they're gonna buy another one. I'm telling you, the fleet of F-150s that I have seen in just past car sales experience is crazy. They love them. You're a Ford fan, you're a Ford fan. I don't care about the found on road date, it does not matter. It's more like found on road driven. That's a lame one, but we're going with it. And number one, I guess this makes sense. I don't want it to, but the Tesla Model Y. And my question is why? Well, Vance, of course we're going to be doing these nowadays, right? Everybody wants a new Tesla. Everybody wants to be driving around in the electric car. That is the thing. So cool. Enjoy your Model Y. Enjoy the new style, the Tesla style. That's what it is now. I get it. It's cool. It's got the tech. It's part of the future. Everybody's saving gas. So a lot of people are buying them. And yeah, so I guess that is the number one selling car, the Tesla Model Y.